The Beatles. Arguably the greatest band in existence and widely regarded as the most influential band of all time, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr represent music. Their musical style ranged from rock and roll to innovation of Indian music, folk, psychedelic music, and hard rock. The Fab Four are the best-selling musical act of all time, crazing the 60s like the world had never seen before. Hell, they had an era named after them with Beatlemania. Musically speaking, the counterculture superstars had incredible albums and were beloved by the world, but they sought greater ambitions and more sophistication, leading with Rubber Soul. However, it wasn't until they stopped touring in 1966 and became a studio-only band where their brilliance truly shined. Pioneering recording, songwriting, and artistic presentation, the Liverpool band released classic after classic after classic. Today, I'll be ranking all of the Beatles songs from worst to best. I looked it up. There should be 213. I found close enough to 213 tracks. So let's get after it. Coming in at the bottom of the barrel is... Whack! Aged Poorly. When I heard the number 999 repeat, I thought, and with the reverse melody, I deadass thought someone was about to drop the hardest 64 bars. Instead, I got 8 minutes of nothingness. I'm not mad, I'm just completely disappointed. Should have left this on the hard drive. Beatles butchered Smokey Robins in the Miracles song. That's crazy. Couldn't be me. Sounds like it was recorded off a computer microphone. Nah. Getting better is literally saying they're cruel to women. And by cruel to woman, they mean the Beatles beat their woman when they dropped the meatloaf. Very 60s aesthetic.
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
We do a little tomfoolery. Yeah. We're doing silly mode. Yeah. We're up to some buffoonery. Yeah. We're doing nothing but clowning. Yeah. We're up to some nonsense.
Forgettable. If Kanye West was on nitrous oxide when he made Graduation. Oh, wait. 3 minutes of repetitive glazing. My mind begging me not to listen to Mid the Beatles for a second time.
Boring!
Let Me Be Your Little Dog. It's a weird analogy for a side piece. Nowadays, people take it literally. Ringo Starr vocals. Ringo dedicated 2.5 minutes talking about boys.
Brother,
Talking about short hair, Leia girl, spamming those chords and it drones off at the end. Mid, Strawberry Fields. Hits different when you're white girl wasted, I guess. Weak replay value. Rolling Stones mentioned. What the fuck is voice cracking?
I mean, honestly, it's cool. They really don't be there long. It just be at the wrong time sometimes.
No, for real! You're such a good person, bro! You don't deserve that, man!
Truffles are a well-known low-key aphrodisiac that may or may not boost sex drive in women due to its scent replicating male pheromones. Also a good source of amino acids and nutrients. I like the bongo percussion straight out of Bombay vibe. Time to address the elephant in the room. Johnny boy. Yono Oko is a 5'2" petite Asian woman. If she's heavy to you, you gotta start hitting that gym, mate. Gotta start doing some curls, putting that protein in your diet, man. Dirty. Charles Manson corrupted this track. Oh, yeah. Imaginary girl scenario.
It's a trap.
Distinctive guitar riff. Paul's vocals are highlights. No braces, speech impediments are showing anytime at all.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Me coming back home after a night out with the boys.
damn! Steve! What'd I say about hitting so hard, man?
I'm sorry, are you all right?
You sorry? I'ma show you sorry, man.
Guitar arpeggios written for a woman named Prudence who barely left her room prioritizing meditation. I should have known better. It's like ordering a medium rare porterhouse steak and it's coming back as medium. Like, I'm still gonna eat it, but it could have been better. Dresses in black and feeling blue. Is that your girl or is that the policia? Tell me why this is the most basic pop song. It's so basic, if I put it in a vat of acid, it would become a neutral solution. Ugga be bumping this on the low. The backing track took 95 takes. Happiness is a Warm Gun is a double entendre for Guns and his desire for the woman who single-handedly broke up the Beatles. Hexatonic Doo-Wop Bop. Please Please Me is the first single released in the USA by the Beatles. I will never understand why Rolling Stone ranked this the 184th song of the all-time greatest songs list. It's aight, but top 500? Who died and made you king? Lovely Rita is a meter maid, aka an attractive cop. You want them to put cuffs on you. Low-key weird, they're climaxing as the outro of the song. Shout out Asian Music Circle and Harrison's love for Indian culture. John Lennon said it best. More of Paul's granny music. Oh, so she wore Scarlet like Scarlet A? Nah, she ain't a musician. She for the symphonies. It's cool. The rock version of Mama's and Papa's original version. Monkey and Me. Keyboard carries. Lennon's calling to the heavens to his deceased mother. Psychedelic pop pothead anthem. Love at First Sight, Bluegrass, Beatles, Adrenaline Rush.
I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Pygmy, we're coming home type beat. Hillbilly's getting out of the sticks with this one. Main theme song soundtrack for the Beatles TV film, Triumphant with Many Horns.
I'll be back.
I feel hung up and I don't know why. Sounds pleasant on the ears. A cover of Herb Alpert's Trumpets, Goated Taste of Honey. I mean, goated. This is one of the best trumpet tracks of all time. He's an OG trumpeter. He put on for the brass boys. Winnie the Pooh type beat. Who's gonna match my freak 60s edition? I went to the hill and everyone knew you. One of the first diss tracks against a woman trying to make a fool out of their friend, meditation leader of transcendental meditation. Drag Queen Drip. I'm me, mine, no melon, never mind. I can only think of this clip when I hear it. If you know, you know.
Now you can hit the sheets of the streets. It don't make me no never mind.
Whatever they were on when they made this, please put me on. Being for the benefit of Mr. Kite is a Royal Circus Carnival horrorcore. Young Beatles are all about girls and love. Low-key good, like not something I would throw on. It's something I wouldn't mind being on if I was in a waiting room of a doctor's appointment. Straight out an LSD-induced Indian Hindu hookah festival. Elite board game. It's like a viral snippet before viral snippets were a thing. Yo mama so old, she know about this song before this song was a song. Reminds me of Black Ops 2 Zombies Transit map. Straw Hats remix would go double platinum in the East Blue. Timpani drums and melancholy atmosphere. Bop Cat Bop 12 bars blessed. Elmore James ain't got nothing on the Beatles. Guitar hero chord enlightens the melody. No, no, nay. Hath her heart been stolen by thy heathens, of which being casted to said underworld? Cheryl's did it differently, Smith did it best. Little Richard clears. Sun King still reveres and bends the knee to the true sun god, Nika. They even hit the English or Spanish rec at the end of the song. I've got a feeling Rand, so I got a feeling Black Eyed Peas could soar. Shout out moms, yeah. Hated the song when I first went through the discography during COVID. I made my peace with Strawberry Fields. It's a straight up druggy song.
I need you to cover one of your eyes and tell me those letters over there. Okay. Wait, I cannot read that. That's the bullshit.
English folk, pillage the village, medieval, Mixolydian melody. Words of love. You, me, Korean barbecue. The proper way to tell your girlfriend that you got a side ting and then friend zone her. I Wanna Be Your Man times quadrillion. Ringo hit the copy and paste and fell asleep on the paste key.
Oh, look at us. We're in love and happy and not dead inside. Get fucked, both of you.
Intimacy so lovely you become reminiscent on that one night stand. A place for good and blissful harmonies. We done. I'm out. Peace starts with me. Seinfeld said it best.
Should see each other anymore.
Oh, that's okay.
What?
No, it's fine. No problem. I'll meet somebody else.
Really?
Sure. See, things always even out for me. It's fine. Anyway, it's been really nice dating you for a while. And, good luck.
Chuck Berry's version is equally as good to me. I got this next bit from the Library of Congress. The meaning of Rollover Beethoven is about the hedonism and exuberance of rock and roll music is overtaking the old established order symbolized by the classical composers and their sophisticated symphonic creations. Waltz jazzy, like Goose playing the piano during Top Gun. Boy, Anna Go to Him is the cover of the amazing Arthur Alexander Anna. Maracas Cha-Cha-Cha, I Love You treatment. Very right, Vampire. Me After Cardio. Lonely Heart Club's band introduction. Lonely Hearts Club band reprise. Reprise is a repeated passage of music. Cowbell hype. Revolver deleted scenes. Girl boss revenge track. Me concealing my rage after losing quadruple overtime in Pong. Belong, double entendre, play on words. Shout out their masculinity for attempting that poor attempt to sound like a woman, Lucy. Birthday party. Maggie May in shambles. I can always appreciate a nice drum solo and a hardcore electric guitar outro. Exposing a deceitful, ne'er-do-well, cunning female. I like the natural claps behind the verses in the mid-song. Relaxed revolution. Bro, close your eyes. Okay, brother. What do you see? Nothing, bro. That's my life without you, bro. Bro. Backing vocal by Lennon for McCartney, talking about sun chasing reminds me of anime characters running on a beach. A Dr. Feelgood character archetype dispensing you medications to feel better. Bob Dylan, if he could actually sing. Feels like a vintage SpongeBob episode. Chill version of Footloose. Cat crying George Harrison's Desperation Baby Comeback song. Screaming hey like an idiot as a medley. I'd never admit to crying, but when Jiraiya died, tears might have come out of my eyes instead. Fading into instrumentations of acoustic electric guitars, drum, bass, and overdubbed hand claps. Pondering meditation mantra. Wait, I've been repping 225 chest press for so long, it's been a minute now, I forgot how hard it was to get here. Whimsical ambiance. Smashing librarian love. Pure blues and hard rock combination. Dance, baby, facts. Dance is everything I need. 9 to 5 workers leaving for a much needed PTO, and they say they're on international holiday, but it's just Florida. Merry-go-rounds went crazy to this hoedown. George Harrison took complete creative control and got an Eric Clapton guitar solo. Dedication to a man, meditation, and guitarmanship. One of the finest tuned songs, straight rock and rock storytelling about the news, its ambiance calming yet all the while moving. Then it builds and switches to a gimme shelter Rolling Stones-like verse about smoking and bus rides. At the end, it brings it all back to the original verse of a newspaper reading. Lovely layered vocals. Then there was music. Heavenly vocal, and I like the bongos. It's a sleeper hit, and they perform this in Hamburg. Do not look up the Beatles go to Hamburg. The Beatles never went to Hamburg. I repeat, they never went to Hamburg. What I imagine meandering across the Milky Way is like if cowboys rode elephants. 64 senior geriatrics, rise up. Let me hear them brittle bones crack together. Sounds like he hit a blinker hit on his dab pen and opens up emotionally about his wifey problems. Musashi be like, you must make the warrior walk every day. I.e. Beatles terminology. If you want to keep a girl, you're going to need to pay for her dinner a majority of the time and make her smile and laugh. Consistently. Banger. Mr. Moonlight. Cool guitar and whatever obscure instrument dude plays, not gonna lie. They cover a lot of songs from other artists on their first 4 albums. Like, this is from Barrel House Blues pianist named Dr. Feelgood. According to McCartney, Drive My Car was an old blues euphemism for sex. This expression was more common in the pre-automatic shift era of automobiles. The song details on a slide guitar solo 2-chord funk riff, and in the verse there's a jazz piano chorus.
I smell bacon. I smell grease. I smell the Newport Beach Police.
The Beatles performed this on a rooftop as a surprise concert. This song is so raw, containing raunchy yelling throughout the track behind the chillest instrumental. Such a vibe. McCartney's Breakfast Club, don't you forget about me moment. Very cool airplane sound effects. I like yesterday's interpretation of this. Back in the USSR became an underground hit in the Soviet Union, and it was widely bootlegged because the Beatles were banned. Working like a dog, sleeping like a log. Good enough. Welcome back, Tupac. Bridge accordion is so fine, dare I say it's sunshine?
The IRS.
It sounds so simple, but it's incredibly complex, pulling all the nautical instruments together. And this is why Ringo Starr is...
He's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Mother Nature's Son Lullaby by the Beatles? Or are you talking about Mother Nature's Son in the Year Without Santa Claus Heatmeister?
I'm too much.
Ted Bundy be like? Baseline tourist trip like going to a national park around you. Hoarse voices twisting and shouting. Clap along in a circle hit. Harpsichord-esque, it's actually a piano on 2 times speed. The bridge is a standout on Rubber Soul. Sweet love melody. Pretty tune. Do I even need to explain this one? Everyone and their mother knows and likes this song. This is what the other zygotes envisioned when they lost to me in the Great Fertile Race. What being in a healthy relationship is like. Mono recording that is music people are like, I was born in the wrong generation. She Loves You is infectious. I didn't truly appreciate the song until I heard it in the film Yesterday. For reference, he went songwriting for songwriting in 10 minutes versus Ed Sheeran. And Ed kind of just sings about penguins, you know? And the film character Jack pulls out this absolute magnitude, serenity sounding, long and winding road, just clapping Ed's cheeks in the process song. Yeah, goated scene. Ringo's on point here. My life be like a movie in form of song. I like the harmonizing vocals and the hyper Motown-esque bass line and the song's slow tempo. Baller song mashup of Gideon's Bible meets Eric Cartman, The King. Read my book. The echoing delay on the paperback writer and the background vocals on the verses are majestic. I'ma keep it 100. I've listened to this song a lot and still have no idea what it's talking about. She was just 17.
Wait.
You know what I mean? Don't ask me why. I love this super sappy song. Pulp Fiction dancing on tables aesthetic. Flower power philosophy. Ringo Starr's magnum opus. Shout out Octopus's Life's Dunno. Suburbia Nation. Somber French-English barrier accentuated. This isn't going to work out. Sentimental love ballad with a shared microphone for close harmonies, more than hand-holding. Think before you speak and act on how you've thought. 2 ears, 1 mouth. I love the accordion part for the fussing and fighting part. Communication is key. George Harrison popped off. Something depicts a woman's aura, character style. Like, if I can't describe my wife in my mind subconsciously like this, I don't want it. I'm looking through you in A flat major reminds me of the Code Geass glass quote. The question proposed was if happiness took on a physical form. It was Suzaku who said that the shape of happiness might resemble glass. Even though you don't notice it, it's definitely there. You merely have to change your point of view slightly, and then the glass will sparkle when it reflects the light. Ringo Ernest on a star. His friends help out on the bass line and Hammond organ, and they sound lovely. Inspired by hearing the calling of a blackbird in Rishikesh, India, truly a civil rights movement heroic poem. Simple, short, sweet, a duo on a chorus from a much simpler time. It's a bloody hacking time. Martin's progressing downward keyboard solo at a half speed octave below resonates with me. Nothing in her eyes but alligator tears, detachment from love, and astounding sadness of growing up and growing apart. Harmonica went crazy here. Love Me Do is the first official singles as the Beatles. McCartney wrote the verse and chorus. Lennon contributed to the bridge middle 8B section of a 32-bar form. The first of a legendary duo known as the Lennon-McCartney composition. Happy handing holding intensified. Eleanor Rigby features an orchestral octet string section to forge an epic about loneliness. Opposites attract as magnets of hello, goodbye, high, low, why, I don't know, collides. The masculine urge to belt the bridge hits me every time I hear this. Age to perfection. Chorus is lovely. Hook, I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Love letter in the form of music. Youthful, bright, emitting love. Tender like kindles of a growing campfire. Shout out St. Jude, the patron saint of hopeless cases. Open up your heart to melt the walls that surround it. Come forth into making yourself anew. Recreate yourself by resting your head on someone's shoulder close to you. Na 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 na. Brothers and sisters of Christ, it's our time to raise our voices to the heavens. Let it be. I made a decision here that I can see some people being upset with, but I linked these two songs from the medley together. My reason is because this is one of my favorite transitions of all time. Golden Slumbers Together Would Carry That Weight is only a 3-minute track, and it seamlessly flows into one another. It's the greatest part of the medley, and mentally this one resonates and hits with me on a deeper level. A simple piano loop begins this masterpiece and lulls me into the most tranquil slumber, raising the bar, shooting for the moon, and landing amongst the stars. Then transitions into heavy drums where a group chant of carrying weight is followed by significant trumpets and gracious guitars to complete a note-for-note classic.
Emotional damage!
Timeless vocals and a haunting acoustic guitar is mellowed out with a string quartet to create the melancholic, heart-wrenching, nostalgic break of a relationship, Yesterday. I love Yesterday. It soothes the core of my asunder mind and soul, thinking of past good times and thanking God that they happened. Instant warm happiness. The subconscious cry for help. I love the initial literal calling out for help into the lower sounded an octave, going into the backstory of being bolder and younger. It feels like the movie Up. Help moves along with feeling unsure on how to move forward. Hazy hippie accented singing directionless life with no worldview, living life on third-person perspective. The most immaculate acid dream ever. I'm Only Sleeping is fabricated from dreams and nightmares, pulling its seams from the stage 3 REM state. I adore the opening jingling guitar and the modulated background vocals and lyrics, staying in bed with that reversed fuzzy guitar duet from Harrison and Martin personifying yawning. I absolutely would watch the earth burn and smolder to a crisp as I listen to Here, There, and Everywhere. In a dreamy space, freely floating harmonies, a true model like an old-fashioned Cadillac. The double-tracked vocals behind romantically belonging, active, and experiencing in the present. The song composition is unique, one of one, using the G major chord progression to express how to lead a better life, into the minor, more discordant needing for not love, but this significant other in order to become a better human.